I don't know why I put the bread on the cutting board. It's like the least important part of this meal.
It's a nice loaf of bread.
I guess it is. It's, I guess because it's Croatian, bread is holy here.
Indeed. In Europe, bread is holy.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally holy. You know these people being like, oh my god, I had like a cauliflower pizza or like cauliflower burger or whatever. Like, Jesus didn't say he was the cauliflower of life. He said he was the bread of life.
Yeah, but some of us have gluten problems.
Therefore, Jesus doesn't love you.
Yeah, Jesus never loved me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Chef Kyle's Croatian Kitchen, and today we'll be making Patakenjac, or the Croatian version of shakshuka. This dish comes from the island of Vis, which is the furthest inhabited island from the mainland of Croatia, and I actually had this dish with my family when we were there 2 years ago. Or is it 1 year ago? Well, I guess it depends on when you're watching this. Anyway, it's like any other shakshuka really. You have some vegetables, especially the tomatoes, and then you make some holes and you crack the egg into it, and the egg cooks with the sauce. This is really one of those like Croatian dishes that is come about out of necessity, because when you're on the middle of an island in the middle of the sea and you don't have much else other than an onion, some tomatoes, and you have a chicken that lays eggs, what else are you going to do to get sustenance? You make patakenjac. So the name of the dish, patakenjac, comes from duck, which is paprika, and then the dialectal version of shit on the island. And it's like, I guess you're not walking around as a duck and you just kind of lay an egg and it cracks and it's in your food and then you cook it. Patakenjac, I don't know. The guy on the island explained it to me, but it made no sense to me. He was laughing the whole time.
It lands in your field of vegetables.
Yeah, it lands nicely in your field of vegetables and you have food if you don't want fish. Because it's called patakenjac, there's reason to believe that back in the day this was made with duck egg instead of chicken egg, but no one's really, I haven't been able to find anything that says it like that. I've actually found very little about this dish online other than like 2 websites that are like, oh, this is a thing, and well, that's it. And then every other article references one of those websites, and they're like, oh, look at this thing, it's called Patakenjac, and we found it on this website. Oh, look at this, it's from this website. But it is a thing, at least on Vis, so if you ever go to Vis, you should try it. And Vis is also really pretty. It's really filmed Mamma Mia too, because it's better than Greece.
Cheaper than Greece, probably.
Not anymore. Croatian's actually way more expensive than Greece. Let's get into the ingredients before I keep rambling. We have bread. The bread is very important because you can use it to sop up the yolk, because you don't really want to cook the yolk all the way through. Or if you want your yolk to cook the way through, do it. I don't care. But I recommend you don't, because it's much better when the yolk is runny. So we also have onion and pepper. We're going to chop those up and let those sweat before we add in our tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, / it's not tomato season, you can use canned or you can use tomato sauce as well. That's definitely your best bet outside of tomato season, because if it's the middle of the winter, those fresh tomatoes are just sad. We have, of course, eggs. We're going to use 4 for this, but use as many or as little as you'd like. Really just depends on how many you're serving for. We're going to cook in olive oil because this is a Dalmatian dish, and of course, salt and pepper. If you have parsley or spring onion, you can just sprinkle that on top. I just don't like spring onion, so I'm not doing it. And the parsley at Consume today was sad, so I did not buy it.
Why don't you like spring onion?
It's just like, I don't like spring onion raw, I don't like. My grandfather used to just eat the spring onion.
That's how you do it here.
Oh, it's gross, I hate it.
You're bad Croatian.
Yeah, I'm a terrible Croat, it's fine.
I bet you don't even like radishes.
I hate radishes.
What is wrong with you? What do you eat on Easter?
And fennel. Do you like fennel? Koromach?
I don't think I really ever eat fennel, but
I also hate fennel.
It's got like a licoricey flavor, no?
Yeah.
I like it.
My mom and sister like it, my dad and I hate it. So I've gone ahead and sliced the onions and the peppers, and I'm just going to put them all right in to a cold pan, because this is what Marcello Hazan does, so don't come for me. And I'll add just some olive oil, and by some I mean a lot, with the very nice new spout. Thanks again, Zviezda. And then I'll turn it on. Like on medium heat. We just want these to sweat about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm feeling like I want some wine.
That was a very satisfying fire turn on. Like it went like made a really nice sound.
It always gets like a little weird when I come back after a while.
Too much gas buildup?
Well, I turn the thing off, and then I like go whoosh.
Oh, it's a fun sound. What wine is that?
It's called Saint's Heels. It's a rosé. They had it on sale at the Fisheria for like 12 euros. And it's normally like 16, so it's not like that much of a discount, but it's still something. And it is pretty good. And also, rosé is the best kind of wine. I hate it when people are like, "Ew, men can't drink rosé." Men who drink rosé are the best kind of men. Period.
I think wine people say rosé is not the best wine.
Well, wine people are stupid.
Well, my friends are wine people, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they're also friends with me, so they must also be stupid. So we're just going to take the tomato, cut once in half, and let's do like into threes. So it kind of looks like that. A smaller tomato, you could probably get away with doing quarters, but we just want this to be able to melt down, well, not melt down, but you know what tomatoes do, and make like a sauce. Melt down.
I want them to melt. You know that size of tomato that you cut that melts? It's my favorite kind of tomato. Now you got me saying tomato. Tomato. The correct word for that fruit.
Well, these are browning. I really don't want them to brown, but it's fine.
Welcome to our professional chef show, folks. Quasi.
Okay, well, in order to get it to stop browning, we're going to just add in all these tomatoes. And these will cook for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, just until the tomatoes melt. Well, get smaller. Where's my... Here it is.
Wilt, maybe?
Wilt?
I
Yeah.
don't think that wilting is for leaves.
All I know is tomatoes melt. They are liquid.
Smoosh, maybe. What is the right word for the thing that tomatoes do? I'm gonna go ask Reddit.
Oh, we also need to season. Let's not forget that. I've said it so many times, and like when I edit these things, it's I have to listen to the things over and over again. So many times that I listen to myself say, you have to put salt on the tomatoes because it will draw the water out of the tomatoes. Which is unfortunate because it's true. But I feel like a broken record every saying it. Alright, we're also going to use some pepper because I'm not the biggest fan of pepper, to be honest. But it is extra flavor. I need to get a new one. I tried to get a new one today in Food Doc, but they did not have one. The tomatoes are melting.
Yeah, love me some melted tomatoes.
It's time to add in the egg. So what we'll do is we'll just make a hole. I'll take one egg and just crack it right into that hole. And we'll do this 3 more times. Try not to get any shell.
Try to be better at cracking eggs.
Okay. There's so much more liquid in there. Okay. And then we'll add salt on each of the eggs. Cover, cook for 3 minutes. And once the egg whites have set, remove from the heat and it's time to serve. Once again, like every other Croatian meal, this will suffer from not looking good on the camera. But this is also like poor people's food, so it's no, okay, no, that sounds pretentious.
Yeah, that absolutely sounds pretentious.
Drinking my wine.
This is a poor person food. I love to taste poor people food. I see how they live on that side of it.
It's like, you know, it's like how Marie Antoinette had a make-believe farm on Versailles, so she could see what like the normal person looked like.
Yeah, that's you.
That's me.
That's your normal people food.
Yes. Qu'il mange de la brioche.
Don't say things in French.
That was Lithuanian cake.
That doesn't matter. Don't say things in French. You're trying to not sound like a pretentious asshole, and then you say things in French.
And here we have Patakenjac. So the most important part is the bread. And what I really like about eggs, and there's not a lot I like about eggs to be quite honest, but I like when the egg yolk is really runny. So you just kind of like take the piece of bread and stab and see how the yolk gets all like nice and runny. You get it on the bread like so. It's like, that's the best part of the egg. Right there. Now we'll actually do a taste for Greg. I'll cut off some of the egg white and get some of the salsa because it is technically salsa. Should I just put it on the bread?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just put it on the bread. I don't think I'll burn myself with this. This seems to taste for Greg. This is for Greg. Hi Greg, I miss you. This is good. Like the salsa, as it is technically salsa. Did I repeat myself?
Yeah, you keep saying salsa. It's straight up not salsa.
It is salsa. Or ovvio questo salsa.
No.
Da.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a sauce.
Okej, ali lani ja sam napravio plikanti sa šalšom i to je bilo nešto slično ovo.
Ja ne razumijem hrvatski, ne govorim hrvatski. Molim vas.
Vas? Oh,
Da.
God, thank you.
Molim te.
Well, that's about right. Anyway, the tomatoes are great. Like tomato and egg is actually a very good combination. I do quite like this. I can see why like you would make this if you didn't have, I guess, anything else, because this is actually quite good, and it is, I assume, healthy. I sound so pretentious this whole episode.
We used to have a very similar thing at camp.
Camp?
At my holiday camp when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They would throw us into the woods and feed us tomato gravy and eggs.
Oh, now this is a gravy.
We call it tomato gravy in Africa. I didn't want to impart that onto Croatian, but it's called tomato gravy. Is it yummy?
It is yummy.
Should people make it?
People should make this.
Correct.
Correct. Thank you, Kaylin. Where would we be without Kaylin?
Right. Dead in a ditch somewhere, probably.
So this was Patakenjac. If you liked what you saw, please hit like and subscribe, and don't let it down.
For a cup of coffee, go to Split.
Did you pay $8 in Split?
I didn't, but I know people who have. I'm not that stupid.
I paid $3
for a cup of coffee.
So I'm sitting there.
Barbecue sauce on my titties.
And so she comes and she's like, "Oh, Julito, son Zabaravia," and I'm like, "That's fine. Like, I don't need a spoon." Oh, ma shed. Like, I don't put sugar in my coffee. Like, it's fine. €3. And I was like, €3 for like this shit service?
That's fucking crazy.
So then the next day I went next door and it was $1.50, and I was like, the fuck are they doing charging €3?
In Osijek, they charged me €2.50 for a coffee. I was like, in Osijek?
Osijek?
Who's in Osijek?
That's where it should be like €1 and people complain.
€2.50 for a coffee. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Fuck Osijek, get your shit together.